Hello and welcome back to A Better World. This is your host Mitchell J. Rabin, and I'm very glad you're joining us again today. Today we're going to have another very interesting show. We're going to be exploring the nature and flow of qi. According to the teachings of ancient Chinese medicine, and combined with the understanding of Zen as practiced by our guest today, Rob Renehan. Rob is a Qi Tsang practitioner here in New York City, and he's combined his work with this ancient organ qi massage system with his practice of many years of Zen. He sat Zazen in countries across the world, from the Czech Republic to Poland to Korea, elsewhere as well, and has visited Zen centers everywhere. And when he returned to the United States, he studied Taoist practices with Michael Wynn and Karen Sorvek, where he learned Qi Tsang and other Taoist Qigong practices and the like. And he has blended these all together to become a system of working with the body's qi, energy system, both on an emotional and physical level, so that everything becomes harmonious and flowing and smooth and energizing, creating great vitality, happiness actually, and an inner sense of balance and peace. I know because I have experienced some of Rob's work, and that's why I wanted to invite him onto the show today to speak with us about this work, which is very particular, very powerful, and very useful for a lot of people who may have different matters going on with them physically or emotionally, because from the Chinese point of view, really, there isn't much of a difference. Everything is happening on a continuum. So we're really glad to have you today, Rob, on the show.
Thank you. It's very nice to have me here. Thank you.
Good, good. So look, why don't we just start with, like, how come you got into this? I mean, you know, some people become stockbrokers, and some people become bankers, and some people become artists. What is it that attracted you to what you're doing?
I think it was when I was young, when I was in my teenage years. I thought about, you know, all the problems that existed in the world, and I thought about, where does this all come from? And in my exploration and inquiry, I found that it all comes from an imbalance with mind and body, and also an imbalance with the connection to something bigger than us. So I...
so true.
Yeah. So I found that passion early on,
Yeah.
and I decided, in the beginning I did a lot of self-training. You know, I would journal a lot and try to understand my mind, and, you know, I went into a counseling psychology program in college, got a master's degree, and started practicing with, you know, clients and patients. And then I realized that I wanted to go deeper, so I decided to specialize in spiritual psychology, and that's how I ended up in the monasteries and practicing Zazen. I
see. Our lives have run a really interesting parallel, actually, because I was one of those inquiring, inquisitive minds too. How did it get this way?
Right,
I mean,
right.
How many times do adults have to make mistakes for us to get these kinds of results?
Right,
you know?
right.
So, and I also went into counseling and clinical psychology on a graduate level.
Wow.
So it's very interesting, and I was very involved with more Tibetan Buddhism, but also to some extent Zen and the Gurdjieff work and Tai Chi Chuan, actually.
Right.
So
right.
it's, but I hear that you were processing the world, yourself.
Absolutely.
And world.
Absolutely.
Journalizing. That was
Yes.
my life. It's just interesting. And now look, I'm still actually at the same thing. I just have changed the means of production.
Absolutely.
You know? So that's really interesting. So that was the trajectory, the pivot,
right.
The cause, if you will.
Right.
Yeah, very cool. And so you've been deepening your psychological work, psychotherapeutic work, with your understanding of Chinese energetics.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
feel like I'm talking to myself, but yes, I understand, Rob. Yeah. And so the work you're doing now, just tell us a little bit about what is Qi Tsang.
Okay, Qi Tsang, as you know, as you experienced in the session, it's about working with the Dantian. The Dantian is that space in between the navel and the spine, and the perineum and the solar plexus level. It's that whole abdominal cavity. So that's your energy center. So this energy center this energy that comes from this place travels through meridians throughout the body. And Chine Sung works with this energy center to help the chi to flow through these different meridians so that the organs can stay healthy.